Praise be to Space King. With the most recent announcements over at Flashgits and Tom and Don of Episode 5 and the Kickstarter for the board game, I wanted to pick up on the subject matter and ask, why is Space King such a good parody of 40k? Let's look into it. In a galaxy of endless war, religious mania and armoured psycho warriors who would rather die of boredom than stop massacring things, Flashgits gives us something special. The Space King episodes and series, it's not only a parody of Warhammer 40k, it's the best kind of parody. It loves the source material enough that they exaggerate every part of it until it becomes pure, unfiltered joy. And then it steps enough sideways that the lawyers can't touch it. Tom Hinchcliffe and Dom Gregor, Tom and Don, started as Warhammer fans who made the kind of animations that we all silently and unknowingly wanted. The Black Templar energy, the unapologetic edge, and the pure no girls allowed chaos. Games Workshop have made it pretty clear that fan animations living too close to the IP are not welcome. We've all seen the way they behave. Cease and desists and quiet removals causing a chilling effect on the very people who keep the hobby alive with passion and free labour. So, Tom and Don did the smartest, funniest thing possible. They took everything that made 40k gloriously deranged, superhuman zealots, unimaginable horrors, missing god emperor, endless crusades, and hyper-masculine excess, and then built their own universe right next door out of it. Psycho Warriors instead of Space Marines, Globules instead of Gene Seed, Space King instead of the Emperor. The aesthetics are close enough to make every 40k player grin in recognition, and different enough that it's its own original IP. No red tape, no permission slips, just pure creative freedom. And the community that formed around it, it's made of the exact people that you'd expect. Traditional Warhammer players and collectors who have had enough. Enough of the corporate practices of watching creative, generous fans get squashed, and done with the feeling that the company that owns their IP are treating the fans who built its culture as a liability instead of the reason it exists. Space King became a pressure valve and a gathering place at the same time, in much the same way that the early beginnings of Games Workshop did too. Place where the humour is mean, the violence is cartoonishly extreme, and nobody is pretending the setting is subtle. And now comes the part that makes it even better. They're launching a board game Kickstarter with official Space King miniatures. Not a tabletop war game that could invite awkward comparisons, a board game. Self-contained, their own rules, their own lore, their own little plastic psycho warriors you can paint and push around a table with your mates. It's hilarious. It's smart. It comfortably skirts any serious accusation of infringement whilst giving the fans exactly what a lot of us want. Physical pieces of this new universe we can actually own and play with without feeding the corporate machine that we're parodying. The real beauty of Space King lies in that. It creates a space adjacent to Warhammer 40,000 that feels free, full of people who don't take things too seriously. People who just want to enjoy the creative chaos the way the creative space was meant to be enjoyed. Wild, silly, over the top, and free from the constant threat of litigation from a big corporation desperate to own every shadow its franchise casts and touches. Space King it's awesome. I love it. It's not trying to replace 40k, it's not trying to fix anything, it's just proving that when passionate fans get tired of the red tape and decide to build their own playground, the result can be funnier, freer, and more alive than the original ever allowed itself to be. So praise be Space King, praise be to Tom and Don, and praise be to every psycho warrior still out there looking for their missing God King while screaming about aliens. The crusade continues, and this time, it's ours. Recently, I've been playing more and more board games, and I love the accessibility of them. The minis that they've created look like great fun to paint, and the aspect of it being a competitive team game sounds like something I definitely want to try out. So what do you think? I know what I think. I think you should support the board game, paint the minis, and let's help the folks over at Flashgits not just stay independent, That's probably an established fact of reality now, at least I hope. Instead, I think it would be great to see them propel into an even grander stage. I want to see Space King make a space for themselves and the community that they've created, because it'll facilitate more competition in the tabletop miniature space, which is inherently healthy. Alright, that's it. I'm Tom. People call me Madders. You've been watching a mini Mad Lad. As always, remember to question everything and have fun with your hobby.